Hi everybody, this is Diane. I've been working on the Smash books. I've chose the pages and I cut them to fit the covers, and now I have a lot of scraps. When you have about 35 pages per book, you have to cut them to fit. You end up with a lot of scraps. These are all just the cutoffs for this book. But I will make some tags, cards, pockets with these. I don't do a lot of embellishing. I just basically make pockets, and I'll just add a few of the cutoff pieces into the pockets for journaling cards or whatnot. But I'll have a lot of scraps left over when I'm done with this. So I kept each pile of scraps with its the book that they came from. I'm going to take this book and start finishing up the cover with you. So I will set these two aside. I am loving these covers, by the way. I just think they're so fun. This is the largest of the books that I have. And I haven't collated the pages. I'm hoping we'll do that in this video too. But I want to put something fun and pretty on the inside covers, and then I want to cover the raw edge. So I pulled some pages for each cover. I thought this would be fun with those colors, and I needed something. I didn't have two of that page, so I thought maybe that one. And I thought this purple and green, and I thought those colors went well with this one, and I do have two pages of that. And then I have some other ones to choose from for the final book. So for right now, we are just going to cover this. And I would use my ATG gun if I had the tape for it for this, but I don't. So I'm just lining it up with the end paper that's already there and pulling it back far enough so I can see where it ends. Oops, I'm going to do it on this side. I could measure, but this is easy. I'll just make a mark there, and then I need to know where to cut it over here. So I'll line it up on this edge and pull it down so I can see where to end it. I hope that made sense. And I'll just put these on together and cut them both at the same time. I'm using a sturdier page for the pages themselves, and most of them are double-sided, but for the end papers they can be thin papers. So I guess I will just use my glue since I don't have my tape. This is acetate glue, so it does not absorb into the paper, and it doesn't make the paper wrinkle and buckle like a white wet glue will. Just smooth the glue out with my brayer. You can use a credit card, bone folder. like this. Whatever you have on hand. We have a rainy day today. It rained yesterday too, but not all day. But I think it's pretty much raining all day today. I think I put the glue on my paper for the other one, didn't I? But I suppose it doesn't matter as long as the glue gets there. Now I think I selected about 35 pages for each book, but I may not use them all because I remembered that I wanted to take some wallpaper and make at least one large envelope that I can bind into the journal, so I might not use all of the pages, because if I put too much in, it would just be impossible for you to glue something on every page. It just gets so fat so quickly when you start gluing stuff into it. And now we have to cover that, sorry for the lighting, we have to cover this raw edge. So I took one of the cut-off pieces of my paper that I'm using in this journal, and it's got this yellow polka dot. So we have this blue and red and some yellow, and there's gold in there, so I just wanted to pull from the yellow and add that. I really like the way that polka dot looks. And again, I would probably use my ATG tape for it because it holds it down immediately. You don't have to wait for any dry time. This dries quickly though. I cut the size, the height of the book cover, and I think I did 1 1/4 inches. And I did, because it's a heavier piece of paper, I did score it in the center, but you have to kind of round it around that edge. But at least scoring it helps you get it started. Make sure it's very secure. And that looks really nice. And I'll do the same here, and then we'll start putting our paper in order. And I know I have done this before with making smash books. I have talked to you about how I determine the order of the pages, and it really doesn't matter. A smash book is pretty eclectic. The K & Company original smash books, they used pretty funky papers. And I don't know if they, if someone artistically arranged them. Sometimes, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just fun papers, and maybe not in any particular order, but I like to, my papers are eclectic, but I do like to make one spread look good together and kind of flow with the next one, because they're double-sided papers, so you have one page here that goes well with here, then you flip it over, and then you have this pattern to work with, and you can kind of make it flow from one color to another. You'll see as I go through it. but maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe you don't have to. You can just do it very, very randomly and it doesn't matter. So there's just a tiny bit of overhang here, which I will trim off after these things dry. I don't think I got quite enough glue because that one end isn't staying down. Maybe this fine tip will be better. Am I getting glue out? I think so. Okay, we'll set this aside. I don't have a lot of space here for spreading my papers out, but we'll do the best we can. So I have this that I want to make sure the first page is going to look good with that. But first, let's just kind of spread our papers out. So I have 3 of the Graphic 45 set. This one is a gold with writing on the back. And I think these all came in the same paper pad. This is a different paper pad. I'm going to include one of these educational cards. I chose quite a few from this paper pad. And I have some pages from K & Company Smash Books that I purchased on clearance just so I could use the pages, so I'll put them all together. And I do have some with white background, but most are double-sided. This is a cover from a book, and I just really like it, so we'll use that. This one I cut wrong. I had been cutting a bunch of papers with 6.5 inch width, and then I switched to this book, which was bigger, and I cut a bunch that were 8, and then all of a sudden I did those two together, and for some reason I went back to the 6.5 inch thinking, and that's okay because I was thinking of if I wanted to cut some papers smaller, I could always do that after the fact. But I did that one before the fact. Doesn't really matter. That one goes here. Some peachy colors, some blues, and some foiling in this pad. Okay, now, oh, I wasn't done. I just set these down. There's some more Graphic 45. This one has pretty butterflies. Alright, now I can pretty much see what I have here. So I want to pick one that's going to look good with this right off the bat. Maybe I should just start with this one because it's the opposite side of that polka dot that we used. So let's start with that yellow. So then I flip it over and I have this. So I'll pick something that goes that looks nice. It doesn't have to match, it just has to look nice with it. So I like that. And I like the fact that it's a polka dot with a big floral. I don't want to put two big florals together or two geometric together, or these are both small patterns and I'd rather not have them facing each other. Now I have this blue, light blue pattern and this bold blue pattern. There's white there, so I can choose anything I want to go here. So let's go with something that might be a little more difficult to match. I think I need to turn my camera. This one has a bluish gray background. I want to intersperse these narrower pages too. These are from the Smash book, so I don't want them all together in one bunch. Now, here I want something that goes well with both pages and the same over here. So let's figure this out. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. You just go by what you think, what pleases your eye. And I like this with this denim-y blue. Oh, we've got another white though. Do we want another white so close? I guess there's some pages in between, so that's fine. Now let's do this book cover. It's pretty bright, but I think this page would go well with it. And now we get to red. All of a sudden, we're at red. Let's do some of these childhood ones from Graphic 45. And I might as well put these all together. I think that would be fine. Let's do another wait, I'm going to do some more of these. Oh, that's funky, but it looks nice with that. This is a narrower page because that's the one I cut wrong. I like the way that looks on top of that. This is foiled gold spots. Well, let's see. That would look nice like that. This one is just a blue ombre cardstock, and it's white on the back. So I'll put this one on here. Seafoam green. So I don't want to put that there. Either I'll leave that one out, or I'll find another place where it will fit in. I think I'll just leave it out for now, because that'll give me a little space to add an envelope. So now I just need to add pockets, if I want to add pockets, things like that. And I do want to create some things with my Cricut, because it's really fun to make images with my Cricut that I can use as fun pockets and tuck spots in junk journals. And I'm just going to look through my scraps. I think this just needs a little injection of something brighter here. If I have something, even if it's just this, just to lighten it up a bit. Or maybe I'll do something with my Cricut. This butterfly page would make a fun side pocket there and brighten it up, and it goes well with the foiled dots over here. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to cut this to the right size and I'll glue that on. Might as well do it right now. So this was 10.5-inch pages, I believe. Then I can take another of these cut-off pieces and make a large card to tuck in there. And of course the idea is for you to be able to put something in the pockets that you want to preserve. But these could be there as placeholders, or you could glue a picture to them and write on the back, or whatever. You can remove anything that I put into the pockets. You can take out to make room for your own memorabilia. So that's just a start, kind of give you an idea of what I would do. I don't have any Cricut images prepared to put in here, but that's what I will do next. I'll work on some things like that. Let's find something we can put right there. This is my box of bigger labels. That's cute. This says from the record collection of, but I'll use them as book plates. This is Linus. Maybe. Sorry, I'm really taking my time with this. But I am enjoying looking at my book plates, actually. I'd like a nice big one that takes up some of this space, and then these are all Mary Engelbreit ones. But I don't, the colors aren't right. Well, of course I could make one with my This Book Belongs To stamp. So I want to think about this image and then flipping it over and what do I want to see. I think this image goes well. We're going to go with it. And this is from a Mrs. Cogg's digital set of book plates. There we go. And I will probably put some sort of large pocket on the back. And I like to include an envelope, like at least one large envelope within the book somewhere, so that you can put things in it that you haven't glued in yet. So I've got some time. I'm just going to look at my pockets. Well, this might be a fun one. It's got a calendar on the front, and you could put some things in there. I think I might use this one. Check out what else I have. I don't know if I have anything that I would want to use. These are generally made for smaller journals, ones that I made or printed or whatever. That's just a scrap piece. So I could make a fun pocket using scraps. Just make it a little bit taller. That might be a fun pocket on one of the pages in one of the books. Yeah, so I'll either make one out of my scraps or I'll use this. I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down actually. Now, because the back of this pocket is just a little bit lower, it dips down, I just need to make sure that the glue didn't seep out above that and stick this part down. Oh, we're all good. Okay, we've got a very good start on this journal, or smash book. I'll add some more pockets to it, and then I'll be able to bind it and punch the holes and then bind it. I think this is going to be a really fun smash book. I hope I have a box big enough to mail it. It's pretty big. Yeah, I think I do. This is 11 inches. Alright, so I think I'm just going to stop the video here and go see what I can make with my Cricut. And I'll be back. Thanks for watching. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.